It looks like you're still muted.
Well, guys, thank you. Hey, it looks like I'm still frozen, does it?
Nah, it looks like you were still muted. Nah, you're all good.
It's oh,
You're not
I'm
now.
all good. Well, welcome everybody to the Mojo Experience. As you can tell, things are going absolutely fantastic for us tonight. How you doing, Johan? You good, man?
Yeah, nah, doing pretty good, mate. As you can see, there's a bit of red tinge in my face, so summer's coming in New Zealand. Yeah, no, it's been pretty good. Nice and hot out there. Feels like summer's already here, and yeah, nah, things are going good. How about you?
Absolutely, yeah. No, no, good man. Happy to have a bit warmer weather, and also with daylight saving changing, that's also really great. I don't know about you, but I do not enjoy at all going to work and it's dark, and then you come home and it's dark as well.
Oh,
So
yeah,
getting out of that is just the best.
nah,
So
hundred
yeah, no,
percent. Yeah,
it's been good.
it's
I,
it's got a bit of a better feel to living. You know, you can come home after work. Like I ate my dinner outside tonight. You know, the sun was
oh, nice.
shining. You know, ate outside, and I just these little things in life. You know, a bit of sunshine in your face after work, and yeah, it's the little things, and it's
Absolutely,
only going to get better
absolutely.
from here. So yeah,
Yeah, no, man, that's all good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to yeah, coming home. Get spend a little bit of time outside with my kids. That's always fun. My 5-year-old, he's always wanting to grab the basketball and play outside or do something for a little bit. So,
keep dad
um,
on his toes.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I saw there was a video get went around recently, and it's this dad. It's like it's kind of like a motivational video, and it's like, you know, I don't exercise for fitness. I don't exercise for long, so I can live a long age. He goes, I am exercise so I can absolute dominate my children for as long as humanly possible. So I want them to be 28 and terrified that I'm going to beat them in a running race. Like,
So
I
you
can
want,
understand that.
you know,
Mm.
healthy competitiveness between, siblings and their father.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think my old man would still beat me in a running race to this day. So there's
Yeah,
definitely a level I got to set there.
mad respect for Lincoln.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Maybe on a short distance. I might get him on a short distance,
Beat
but
him on the
anything
100-meter
over
sprint.
yeah, anything over a couple hundred meters, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna stand a chance there.
He's got the stamina, the endurance.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just goes for it. Yeah. So, man, it's been a wild week. This is pretty much just a kind of a chill out session. We haven't done it in a while, so no, that's all good. Um, there are a lot of crazy things happening online. I did a video. I think you might have seen a while. Just a quick one on the Russell Brand situation. And, like, I feel like yeah, this is the wild thing about it. Like, I wasn't really trying to say, like, I didn't believe it wasn't possible. It's like, yeah, of course it's possible, and, like, I'm keen for justice to be served. Like, if he's guilty of anything, absolutely, I wanna see justice served, any punishment, you know? What I'm just all I'm saying is I'm not interested in piling on people before anything's gone to court, before there's any evidence, and it's just a story in some newspapers that have been published. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you can't
And the
just
crazy
like go full, full against someone through speculation. You got to wait till they're guilty, eh?
Oh, yeah,
It's
and
like
and this is
as
the
soon
thing,
as someone's
it's
accused of something and it's a celebrity, it's just like boom, they did it. Everyone's
oh,
just like, online posts, comment section, bang, bang, bang. Like, yeah.
oh,
You might as
dude,
well be you. Yeah.
I just saw last night. Okay, this is just on the in that subject. There's a guy, he's like a top baseball player in the US, like one of the absolute top ones, and he got accused by this woman. And it took like 2 years. But this dude was like top. He was like earning something like 50 million a year or something ridiculous like this.
Wow. It's nuts.
And this was like it didn't come out until like he went through all the court cases. He had to clear his name and fight for 2 years, but he lost his sponsorship deals. He got kicked off as the baseball team and everything. Like he had to go to Japan and play there because he couldn't play anywhere else. Nobody wanted him. and like, and this is one of the top guys, and like all the charges got dropped, everything was done, and like he's only just now able to come out like after 2 years, and he said, you know, we went through all the courts, he did everything right, he refused to pay her a cent or anything to get it to go away, and like this woman was just one genuinely crazy woman, and she just had it planned from the start. As soon as she like met him and hooked up, she was like, "Right, I'm going to destroy you and get as much money as I can out of you." And like that was the thing. Like she had literally had messages to friends and things like that. And it's like, what? This woman's crazy. And you know, you feel so bad for like they destroyed his life, and like he literally had
Mm.
done nothing to her. And
In the
so
day,
that type
at
of
the
thing's
end of the,
crazy.
at
Like,
the end of the day, anyone can do
oh,
that to a celebrity, eh?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like, and you look at Russell Brand, he's kind of the other end of the spectrum. Like, apparently, back in the day when he was like a big celebrity in the UK, and like he was doing drugs and all sorts of things, and he was like banging like 80 women a month or something like that. So, like, for him to be, you know, a bit of, you know, a bit abusive or something really bad, it's like that's not the craziest thing in the world.
No, it's quite
But
plausible.
yeah, and a lot of people were kind of jump on the other side of the spectrum, like, you know, like, I don't think that this is, true, you know, because nothing came out years and years ago when this was apparently going on. It's only
Mm.
now, and now he's talking out about, you know, powerful politicians and things like this, and so people kinda jump on the other end, and I was just like, "I think we should just wait until see what happens," you know, if there's excuse me, sorry. If it goes to court and that thing's like that, you know, that's what the court's there for.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it is, you know, the people who were saying, "No, this is all conspiracy. It's only happening because you know he's going against all these powerful people. It's politicians coming after them." And they're like, "No, no." Okay, so for those who don't know, Russell Brand has an agreement. He although he does like a podcast on YouTube, his main one is actually on Rumble, which is you know, an alternative to YouTube. So Rumble, and they came out. Rumble, like their big thing is like we don't censor you like YouTube does. YouTube doesn't let people say a whole lot of things.
Mm.
And Rumble came out and said, "Look, we've actually been approached by members of the UK Parliament telling us that we should drop Russell Brand from, you know, his gig, like his
And this is
job."
from Rumble.
This is from Rumble.
Yeah.
They're like, "This, we've got politicians trying to put pressure on us to drop him," and like we've told him to screw off because this is something that happened years ago. It's nothing to do with his job that he does for us now. It's like if it goes to court and all that, we can cross that bridge, but we're not going to do this. And the crazy thing about this is just prior to that, YouTube and all these things threw Russell Brand off his off their platforms. And so like all of a sudden these people who are coming out and saying these, you know, you could say conspiracy theories that this is only happening because Russell Brand is going against these powerful people. Well, all of a sudden starts to make that story look a bit more legitimate when politicians in the UK are literally going to platforms like Rumble and YouTube and saying, "What are you doing? We think you should remove this guy from your platform because he's dangerous, because he's been accused of something, although nobody's actually charged him with anything."
Yeah.
And
See, it
so
would
it's like,
make sense if it was like, you know, the police or I don't know, some detectives or whatever. If it came from a law, type side of things, if it was like a lawyer or the police or someone saying he needs to be removed, he's under criminal charges, so he can't be seen broadcasting while he's under investigation. It makes sense. But when it's political, that
mm,
kind of that's going to open up the conspiracy theories wide open, isn't it? Really?
yeah, yeah, exactly. And like, you know, it would be one thing if he was using his platform to go after these people and attack people who had accused him. Um, which he wasn't. He was just saying, like, look, I completely deny these accusations. They're not true. I'll you know, fight this in court or whatever I have to do. But I'm just coming out and saying it's not true. So yeah, my argument there is he should be allowed if people have a problem with it. Don't watch his show. It's really that simple.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm, yeah. So I think, you know, if you have politicians trying to weigh in and throw people off platforms for, you know, not doing anything wrong on his platform today, I think that just makes the situation worse. So yeah, that was an interesting line. It was like, you know, these conspiracy theories, you know, a lot of them for the last couple of years, like a conspiracy theory, it's just what is true 6 months ahead of the time. Um,
Yeah. It's
this one it was
something
like a week.
that's it's a theory that
You
hasn't
know,
been
it's
proven
just
yet. So
absolutely
all it
wild.
is a theory, isn't it? Yeah. A conspiracy's only a conspiracy until it's been proven.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, no, that one's been crazy anyway. But hey, speaking of crazy, I don't know if you see. I'll see if I can share this. We've had oh, there we go. Actually, no, we'll start. We'll start off with something fun. There was a little bit of a heavy start. I think we should start off with something fun here. So before I do that, I will try and open up. Oh, my computer's on a bit of a fun, having a bit of fun here today.
Well, there's computers for you.
It is, mate, it is. Nah, but what I was going to show is I saw this video going around. So this guy, I've seen his clips on Instagram quite a lot, and he's just like a phenomenal drummer, and just does some these absolute legendary drum solos. And this one here, he was kind of celebrating because Jack Black must have followed him on Instagram, so he decided I have to do something special for Jack Black. And this year, look, I'll first of all, language warning if anybody's watching this and they've got kids around, because there's an absolute ton of it about to come through this video. But I do have to play it because it's just I thought it was so good and it put me in a good mood because it just brings me back to memories of this movie. Um, almost.
Now that Jack Black follows me, I have to do something special.
I don't know. Is the audio coming through on this? Oh,
Yeah, I can hear it.
oh, okay. Well, that was there we go. That was smoothly done. I'll put this back at the start, and then I'll actually put it on the screen, and we can watch it as I was intending to do.
Boom. Let's see it. I've loved Jack Black ever since like that. Was it the song Tribute that came out? Like,
Yes, Tribute was great, and I think it's funny. Like, there's some of the movies that come out, and you kind of forget what he was like. You see some movies like what's the Jumanji movies and things like that, and like, I great, they're still great. I love them, but it's like not that original kind of wild Jack Black that we kind of grew up with.
oh
So
yeah.
this is just like a bit of a throwback to that, and it's just brilliant. Oh, if it's gonna let me play.
Come on, computer.
Yeah, I know. What's going on?
This guy though, he's almost got like the Serge Tankian look from System of a Down. Yeah, he's got the beard and like
It
he's
does
got
a
that
bit,
look.
yeah.
I think it's just like the piercing, the black beard. He's got that look to him.
Uh, oh man, I told you, like this was the day for everything going wrong.
That happens in 3, so video kill the radio star. Kingfisher. Try it. It's refreshing. Video killed the radio star.
See, I told you, like today was just the good day for everything going wrong.
You left me hanging, I was all alone.
Oh.
I'm all alone.
Hello.
There's no one here
one.
beside me.
There's no one here beside me.
But you gotta have friends.
My troubles have all gone. Stop singing! Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends, donkey.
Best movie ever. Best childhood movie
It was
ever.
bad. They had to be said. That was great.
Would you go Shrek or Lion King?
Let me
if you
see.
had
I'm
to
going to try
choose?
this one more time. Oh, Shrek all the way.
Good
Shrek all
man.
the way. Yeah. I will try this one other way, and if this doesn't work, we're just gonna. I suppose we're just gonna have to talk some shit. That's just what all this is gonna be.
Oh, we can do that.
We can absolutely.
We've
do
got
that.
some other topics we can speak on.
Absolutely. All right, this is either going to work or it's not. I suppose it's 50-50.
I'll roll the dice on that any day. 50-50. That's a better chance of winning on the pokies, and people do that all the time.
Well, that goes right into the next video we're going to talk about as well.
Wow.
I'll pause that for a second. So apologies to everybody, all of our 0 watches currently, if that audio was glitchy. But that was legendary, Jack Black.
If you're a true fan,
if you get a
you'll
chance,
struggle
I'd
through it.
recommend hopping on it. yes, absolutely.
Click the link below.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was more prepared, I would have had that link ready to go and on there, but I don't even have that.
Oh, well, if you're anyone,
Oh,
if
man.
you're anywhere near like the most of us, you'll be scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or something, and you've probably already seen it, or you're gonna see it next week. So
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the other one was the old Britney dancing with the knives. Did you see that? That was going crazy online. Everybody was
Yeah.
talking about it.
I've seen it, Ed. I've seen a whole bunch of videos of that going viral, and it's got Britney with the knives, and then it's got it like what do you call those Japanese restaurants where they cook in front of you?
I'm going to say habitachi, but that's not it.
No. Oh, I can't remember what they call it, but it's when they've got like the Japanese chef and he like cooks the food in front of you. It's like a big massive hot plate, and they like cook up fried eggs and they flick it into your mouth and all that. Well, they've got her standing with the knives at one of them, and it's just like it's great. And I first saw it and I was just like, someone's photoshopped Britney Spears' head and like just messed with it, but she's actually put a video online of her like dancing with knives. And like we've all known Britney to be a bit crazy, and we probably also thought that she'd settled down, but turns out she hasn't, and she's back to entertain us with some more crazy antics. So
yeah, well, I have seen a few videos from her floating around. So she has done like regular dancing, videos on Instagram. And it's like whatever, she can do whatever she wants. But yeah, dancing with knives is a little bit freaky. And I did hear there was a news report that they reckon that apparently police come and paid a visit just to check up on her. And the official story, they said that the knives were actually fake; they weren't real. But I don't know if I believe that. She kind of clings them together. They definitely sound metal. So maybe they were blunt, but I don't know. She kind of had those crazy eyes going. I don't know if I'd be checking too close if those knives were real or not. I don't think I'd want to find out.
nah, and at the end of the day, so like most people are going to see that video. When they see the original video, like I did tonight, you're going to think she's crazy. And we already thought she was crazy, and now we're like kind of confirming it. She's crazy. She's still crazy. But there's one really good way to sound less crazy. Oh, they were fake knives. Because automatically you kind of think, oh, it was just, way less crazy if it's fake knives. That's the whole thing, She's playing real knives, like shit, keep your distance. Fake knives, oh, that's all right. The kids can come and watch and stuff, but if it's real knives, it's like, no, like she shouldn't be out in public, maybe behind bars or medicated at least. But
Yeah. And the other thing to think is like she's rich, so they're not going to be like some cheap chef's knives. They're going to be like the really good, like Gordon Ramsay level knives that'll like will
yeah,
cut you real good as well.
they'll be like
Uh,
Japanese steel or like
that
German
folded steel with the really cool
engineered
patterns and
knives.
shit on them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. So no, that'll be the one that I did see. I saw go around. It's like her dad's currently going like, "See everybody, I told you." Because yeah, I don't know. It was like a few years ago. Like her dad was in charge of like yeah, basically in charge of her whole life. Um,
yeah.
and there was this whole
It's
move to get
it's
her.
no, sorry, you
Oh,
go.
sorry. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, there was this whole movement, like a social justice movement, to like free Britney, and
That's
so
right.
she could live her life. And it's like, yeah, but maybe she kind of needs somebody to look after her and make sure she's all right, and like eating food and not stabbing people.
Well, at the end of the day, there was a reason why. I mean, they don't just be like, you don't just get a father that goes, I want to take control of my daughter in her 30s. That doesn't just happen. There's got to be a good reason for that to happen. And we all know what that reason is. She's crazy.
There is that.
100%. She's playing
So
with
yeah,
knives. She shaves her head, like, and they're just two of the things. I'm sure there's a big list of things that I haven't mentioned, but they're two of the big things that's obviously been online.
yeah. Well, she had those kids with that guy Kevin. Oh, I can't remember, fell the line or something like that. And he didn't seem like the most stable guy in the world as well. Um, you know,
Probably suits her to
he
a T.
yeah, yeah, he kinda seemed like Kid Rock from Wish or something like that. But he was the one that ended up with the kids, and it's like, what was the bar set at that guy ended up with the kids? Um,
Yep.
it's
That's
like,
got to
yeah,
paint a picture for you. Shaving
yeah,
her head, playing with knives, getting her kids taken off to and given to a guy that seems pretty messed up, but somehow still on a more sane level than her. So bang,
yeah.
bang, bang, like
Yeah, yeah. Like, I think everybody wants good things for her, but I don't think she's been particularly looked after very well
I
by
don't
people.
think she wants good things for herself, and I think that's the problem.
This is probably true. This is probably true. Hey, but so I don't know. Have you heard of the artist Little Tay before?
Nah, never heard of her.
Okay, so I hadn't either.
Sounds like a
Mm,
young white girl trying to be black. That's what it sounds like to me.
it does. It does. Yes. Okay. So apparently, Little Tay was she became famous and was like a 9 or 10-year-old rapper that broke out. I had not heard of this. Apparently, she did some videos with oh some YouTube guy. I can't even remember his name. The guy who does the boxing now. He was like big on YouTube, and now he does boxing. And this name escapes me.
Is it
Jason Paul,
Jake
something like
Paul?
that.
Jake
Jake
Paul?
Paul. That's the one. I think she did some videos with him, and that kind of made her famous, apparently. And then, like a couple of months ago, she apparently died. Like all of a sudden, it was online. And then turned out that no, she hadn't actually died. There was like a social media thing. Her accounts had been hacked or something weird like this. And we're like, okay, that seems like a strange thing to happen. Um, like if somebody that I knew had just announced on Facebook that they'd died, I'd probably like text you like, bro, you're all right. Like this Facebook post is a little bit strange. Um, but
Any
anyway,
sane
man,
person can work out. It doesn't make sense, really, does it?
no. And it seemed like okay, so she got a bit of she got a bit of publicity from that, and then all of a sudden she's coming out with some new album or new music or something, and it's like, oh, okay, there we go.
Amazing the
That's what it is.
timing.
That was back from the dead, and now she's so full of life. She's got a new album to roll out. Amazing.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Oh, come on. Come on. We've got Eminem all day, any day.
Oh, you give
So anyway.
credit where credit's due.
Once again, this is not an artist that I've ever listened to, and I still have not, to this day, listened to any of their music. Well, that's not entirely true. I'll show you why. But anyway, I saw this year coming out, and okay, so I will attempt again this, and hopefully this will go all right. Because she put this video out, and no doubt this is going to start playing. So you'll hear it before you see it, but hearing it is bad enough. This is her brag?
Hey, you don't know. I might like it.
Yeah, I suppose. Which
It's been 5 years y'all sack. 5 years, and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years, and y'all bitches are still broke. So don't take it out on me.
Okay, so I will hold on. I'll try and that was bad enough. I'm sure hearing it was bad enough, but I will try this time to actually share so you can just enjoy this here.
Grasp the full experience of
whether this is going to work or not. Yeah, but you know, we've got a bit more Britney dancing. There we go with the
5
nice.
years and y'all still broke. The go is back. 5 years, and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years, and y'all bitches are still broke. So don't take it out on me.
Yes, another completely sane
me.
Music stuff. Can I just say, what is with this? Okay, hold on. I'll try and without messing it up. What's with this? Like, why do you need to talk like this? You're like a boomer. You're like 14. What's going on? I don't understand why you needed to grab and rock the camera around to give us all like motion sickness. I'm like,
Do you
I'm
not
almost
know
35.
this is how you get viewers?
This is how you make a no. Stop. Grow up. Anyway,
Maybe
so
if we bounce at the camera a bit more, we'd get
we can make
more
sense.
followers
what
and
you're saying about-
viewers.
this is what we are doing wrong. Oh, that's no. So, like, okay, first of all, I'm not listening to her music anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. But after watching this, I'm doubly not listening to her music. And I'm like, okay, so hold on. First of all, you had your big break when you were 9 or whatever, okay? And you couldn't do it on your own. You had to go to Jake Paul and make some internet videos. Okay, so you needed some publicity there. That fizzled out. Now, a couple of years later, you had to fake your own death to get some more publicity, and now you're putting out this as how great you are. And I'm like, the arrogance of this woman. She's, this young girl. I can't stand her. I'm definitely not going to listen to her music, and I don't understand why anybody would.
Yeah, 99%.
This is what's going on in my
putting
head.
out a video of how awesome you are. You're usually not that awesome.
Absolutely. This is exactly my thought. Okay, maybe a little bit prejudiced. Okay, however, I'm going to follow it up with this here, and this might just blow your mind a little bit because it blew my mind. Okay, hold on. Oh, once again, I'm going to ruin this, but anyway, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's not even going to play. Well, it's going to take a minute. A video of her bragging about how great she is.
Why the fuck are y'all coming at me for? Y'all hating ass bitches were hating on me when I was 9 years old. You did not. You had 5 years to come up and you didn't. So don't blame me, bitch. 5 years.
And then this is her as well. I don't know how. I don't know how this is possible.
Is it because she looks too trashy?
Yo,
Maybe,
what's in our hair?
I'm just amazed she can play an instrument at all.
What is happening, Young Alone Gang?
she
But
somehow
then she
just
can
looks
play
too
guitar and
trashy.
apparently shred.
I was just even pause.
But doesn't she just look too trashy and ridiculous to
I'm
be
not gonna.
playing guitar or piano, especially the piano?
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. Like she does, but I get my musical talents are zero. I can't play pretty much. I can strum a little bit of a guitar, and it's definitely not impressive by any stretch of the imagination. But like she's amazingly talented. I can't get the blues blows my mind. It's like I was completely ready to write her off as just like a no talent girl who just got off, or just survived on drama and internet hype. And it's like she's actually talented. Like I would have guessed that. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, maybe we have to check out this album.
Oh no, I'm definitely not listening to the music.
But
No.
the contrast between the electric guitar and the piano,
Yeah, they
like,
different styles of music as well. Like, wow,
mm,
good on her. Okay,
could be the next Queen.
she could. Yeah, it was amazing. You know, but yeah, just another one of those. Don't judge a book by the like. Don't judge a book by the cover. Like
I'm still
don't just
judging.
assume. Yeah. No, but this is the point. Like, don't okay. She's a young woman. That's a young girl, famous and made a whole lot of money off internet hype and whatever. And it's like, or whatever. Don't just judge that she can't be a talented musician because she's young. Like, yeah, okay, that's judging a book by the cover. But this isn't it. This is like 3 chapters in. Like, she's survived off internet hype and pretending that she died and all this type of stuff. And it's like, oh wow, the plot twist. She's actually talented as well. I did not see this coming.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can achieve when you come back from the dead. I mean, you've already
Oh yes.
cheated death, so I'm sure the opportunities are endless of what you can now achieve.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Like the gates of Hades, she was like stealing talents from like long dead musicians who actually had some talent.
Yeah,
Oh, wild,
so good.
so good. Okay, I got one more thing to share for you tonight, and this was not music related. This one here, this one's a little bit more darker. So bear with me.
Yep.
So this comes from, I think this is Michigan, a school in Michigan, and so this is a teacher trying to break up a fight between 2 female students, and just what happened when she tried to break up a fight, and you can see how this went down. And I'm just going to contrast this to, I don't know about I only went to school for a couple of years, but what school was like for us compared to apparently what it is like for these students, because it just seems
Let's
wild to
hope
me.
it's not happening often or everywhere.
If it's going to play.
Loading.
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
The loading icon disappeared. Oh no.
Absolutely riveting stuff. I wonder if this is what little Tay saw on the other side, when she was dying. All right, let's try this again. Okay, once again, we're back at the school fight. Okay, so we have the teacher here. She's trying to break it up, and then watch what the school does. Picks up a chair.
Oh,
Knocks the teacher out cold. Like that's a bit brutal. It's a bit
do you know
brutal.
what amazes me more than anything? So obviously
What's
this
that?
is getting filmed. We're watching this before our very eyes, so it's being filmed, correct? So
Mhm.
someone
Yes.
is filming it a chair gets thrown at a teacher, knocks her out. Whoever's filming it does not even hesitate. They just continue filming. What kind of psychopath just continues to film and doesn't even flinch? Like the camera doesn't get put down or pushed to the side. They just continue to film like they're some like, you know, weathered reporter that's been like covering the war in the Ukraine for the last 4 years. Like, who is this child? Good night.
Yes, I do agree with that, and that seems to be like something that's also really bad. And I can excuse a kid. Like if you're in this kid in school, like a young teenager, I can excuse, you don't want to give you a little bit. Probably shouldn't be recording it because that's just, you're just encouraging that kind of behavior. But the amount of ones I've seen like that, of like grown men, especially, and it's like that, and they'll record things like even one where like a woman gets beaten up by another guy, and it's like, why are you not stepping in?
Yep.
Like, you're just recording that? That's your reaction there? Like, come on, be a man, go and help the woman out, stop her from
Person
being
filming it
abused.
is like the second, like they're almost like, I don't know, what do you call it when someone's just like they're like
A
part of the
pussy.
crime. A pussy. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was
I know what
like
you're saying, I
guilty
know what
by
you're saying.
association or whatever, like
Um,
they're part of the crime.
yeah, I know what you're saying, and I can't think of the word now myself, but yes,
If you're not
yes,
trying to prevent it, you're supporting it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but okay, so this is the other thing, and like, okay, so like I said, I only went to school for a couple of years, and then I was homeschooled for the rest of the time. What? That's another wild story, but so I don't know if you remember this as well, but when I went to school, so we're talking early '90s here, it hadn't been that long before caning students had been banned in New Zealand. Like it'd been a few years before. I had an older cousin who I'm pretty sure they had like, they'd get hit with rulers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they were
Like
still
it
getting
was,
whacked in the 80s.
yeah, that was part of the gig, and then it was outlawed. But I can remember, especially going to school, and you'd hear it from other students a little bit, like the teachers that you had used to hit kids that were naughty.
Mm.
And so you didn't really want to push them too hard. I'm pretty sure the principal at the school I went to had a massive wooden ruler on the wall, and that's what he used to hit kids. And so it
Mm.
was a little bit freaky if you ever. I don't think I ever actually went to the principal's office for anything bad, but there was a massive ruler there, and so there was like a definite fear there that you did not want to push these teachers because not so long ago they'd turn around and hit you, and
Mm.
maybe they just forget that they're not allowed to do that anymore. I can remember there was definitely students who
Yeah,
had a
still
healthy
fear
fear,
there, which is good. Which, like
a health
people
yeah,
say,
and then
oh, you shouldn't be scared of your teachers. You shouldn't be scared of your parents. Why not? Like, if you're going to be scared
yeah,
of
yeah,
someone that's a perfect person to be scared of, like, you know, you're scared of them, you got a bit of respect for them. Why shouldn't you be scared of them? Like, I mean, I was scared of my parents sometimes for bloody good reason. If I wasn't scared of them, I played up enough. If I wasn't scared of my parents, it would have been a whole lot worse. Like, yeah,
well,
but
I think yeah, it's students who behave like that, who think it's okay to pick up a chair and biff it across the room at somebody's head. It's like they've got no fear of consequence, and that's
oh,
like really bad for them because as soon as they get to the point where they're not in school and they're not protected as a child, um, it's not going to take you too long before you hit somebody. You come across somebody who doesn't follow those rules and has no problem hurting you, or you're going to really quickly learn consequence, and it's later on in life, and those consequences are a lot worse.
yeah,
Um,
and the reason that they have no fear is because, like you just said, there is no consequence. Like the worst they're gonna get a detention where they might have to stay after school and like write out, I will not do it again on a piece of paper 100 times. That's the worst
yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna happen to them.
Well, hey,
And you
that's at
know what?
least
They probably won't even do that because they know that there's no consequences if they don't. So it's just like it's a snowball effect.
yeah, and you know, that's at least some consequence, like, you know, some punishment, something that's uncomfortable for them. I'm not suggesting that we go right back to allowing teachers to cane students. My old man like went to a Catholic school. He's got some pretty amazing stories. You know, but
But there needs some kind of
yeah,
healthy
there's somewhere
fear.
in there
Like
in the middle.
if I throw a chair at a teacher and knock her out, something bad's going to happen to me. They need that.
I had so my thinking was, I wonder what's the point it's going to take with this society. Like I kind of think that society swings from one way to the other, you know, on different issues. Like, you know, back in the 70s and 80s and prior to that, it was like the teacher could punish you and you'd get home and you get in trouble by the parents as well, you know. And now a lot of times we're swung back the other way, and there's no consequences, and a lot of too many students think they can get, you know, young kids can do whatever they want. There's no consequences for them. The parent, you know, no adult's going to touch them, that type of thing. And it's like at some point that's going to swing back the other way, because, you know, you can't just let kids get away with anything. And it's like, are we going to reach the point one day where like teachers are like, no, enough is enough. That's right. Teachers just go hard, smack them. I don't
Don't ease into it. Just boom, 0 to 100 real quick.
I see. So this is here we go. Here's one potential compromise that we could get to. Okay, we don't need to tell the kids about this. All right. The school has a sacrificial teacher. Okay. Now here's the idea. You get each school gets 1 to 2 teachers a year that like they've already decided that they're going to get out of teaching. They're not going to do it anymore. It's not for them. Okay. Some point during the year, that teacher's going to go up to one of the kids who's being absolutely ratbag and just smack him right in the face, right in front of all their friends. Okay. and then all hell breaks loose. The teacher gets fired. He goes home. He was going to quit anyway. But you do that like a couple of times, and all of a sudden the kids get it in their mind like, we shouldn't mess with these teachers because there's a lot of them that are really close to snapping. And it's like, there we go. Hey, we've maintained the rules as they are.
You don't
Teachers
need
aren't allowed to.
one teacher to do it a year.
Yeah. We just need a couple of them to set the message, I think. And I think that would get the students in line. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, that's 100% a good idea. You know, I probably should disagree with you, but I'm not, because it's sounding really good right now. And I don't know why they're not coming up with this in the current election policies for New Zealand. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean,
We could have a debate which
yeah,
which
Christopher
Luxon
Luxon could be really getting some votes up his alley if he presented some policies like this.
Obviously, I'm not genuinely advocating for teachers abusing students. However, it's just a gesture.
They need a whack. Not from me, I don't know, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, so yes. That's probably all I've got on. What's happening in your world, man?
well, I've got one interesting thing. I was
Interesting.
searching through Reddit, and so I'll see how I can bring this up on the screen and share it. So basically, he's an Asian fella, and yeah, so this should come up on the screen now. So this has come up on Reddit on the Daily Mail. Boyfriend who dated 35 women and told each one. Yep. So it doesn't specify, but I assume this must have been at the same time somehow. He's been like the Tinder swindler, and this boyfriend who's dated 35 women, and he's told each one he had a different birthday, so he regularly received gifts. So he's been arrested for fraud in Japan.
Arrested for fraud.
And it's got a picture of him. He's just got a big grin on his face. He obviously doesn't give a shit. I don't know if
He does. He
this is
looks
before or after. It's not if it's before or after conviction, but he looks pretty happy. And I mean, that's more than one birthday a month. I mean, 35, that's like, it's a birthday every fortnight, isn't it? It's more than that.
It's more than 2 a month. So,
Hmm.
you're getting close to three birthdays a month there if you space them out.
Yeah.
This
And
guy
there's
this
a
guy's having a good
chance.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like 35, out of 35 women, there's a couple of them there that are probably going to be, there's a high chance a few of those women are going to be quite wealthy. You're going to might get some expensive gifts here. Like,
I imagine so.
but like, you read the article, but then you also just look at his face and he's just got this big grin, like, I've won at life. I managed to trick, I think you'd be doing well to trick half a dozen women, but he's somehow done 35. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he'd have time for a job. Surely he has to be unemployed. There's no way you can mess around with 35 different women and all having them, giving you gifts and all the rest of it. You'd have to be unemployed to have the
You
time
have to have a
to pull that off.
spreadsheet for this thing. I don't know how you could possibly, keep up with this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
people get caught out with two. 2.
35 is amazing.
He's got 33 more than that. The face is it all, though.
Oh, yeah. It's, wow, that's amazing.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really even seem that good looking, to be fair. I mean,
I'm
yeah.
wondering how long he managed to date 35 different women. Like, could you keep that up for, like, 2 birthdays each? Like, that's amazing.
I think you'd be doing well
Wow.
enough to just get one present each. So you get 35 gifts. But
Yeah.
herein lies the question. So obviously 35 women, 35 gifts. Has he forked out to string them along? Has he forked out and bought them gifts for their birthdays?
Well, yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you? You would have to. In
Yeah.
which case, if he does, I'm not saying he should be arrested for fraud. Like he probably, but what did he defraud them of? Like I told you it was my birthday and it's not. Like it seems like a strange fraud charge.
Yeah, I don't know. Japan could be quite strict with some of these laws, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I never would have thought it would be fraud, but I mean, maybe it is. It's just not something I've ever thought of doing. You know, if it's not a law
No.
that you would ever think of breaking, like, but you don't have to worry about it. It's not something I'd ever consider doing, so I don't have to worry if there's a law for it or not. I wouldn't do it.
No.
But
Yeah.
this guy's obviously found out the hard way.
I'm not allowed to have that. How many legally girlfriends am I allowed to have? Like, you know, what's the legal number?
What's the legal number? Oh, you
Yeah.
might be. Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't know about Japan, but I mean, I think as far as I'm concerned, in New Zealand, you can probably have as many girlfriends as you like, but you're only married to one person, and it'd be interesting to know what the laws are in New Zealand if you lie to people about your birthday to a point where they're spending money on you.
Yeah, I don't know. If yeah, I suppose it's defrauding. Amazing.
But yeah, I thought I'd end that on a good note. Some guy
Well, the
thinks he's
good thing
done
is he
pretty
got
well for
arrested.
himself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
I think that man
35 Japanese women that are probably quite angry at the moment, but he's
oh, dude,
looking pretty happy.
he might not be for long. Don't drop that soap, buddy. You have 35 you have 35 boyfriends inside.
Oh, nice.
That is good. All right, man. It is getting late. We might sign off at that, eh?
That sounds good to me, mate. Good session.
Yeah, it was a good hangout. We had a few technical difficulties, but other than that, I think we managed it well. It's been good. Had a
It is
few
what it is.
refreshments. So
We don't have anyone on standby specialising in IT, so we're winging it. We're doing the best we can. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, if you have by some miracle made it this far, please like and share. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you sticking around and watching it. Have a good week, and we will be back again soon. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.